Once upon a time, there was a man who refused to let the world define his boundaries. His name was Henry Brown. He was born into chains, a slave in Virginia, a man whose name and time belonged to others. For years, he worked in silence, dreaming of a day he could simply call his own. But dreams are dangerous things when you are not free. One morning, the world broke his last hope. His wife and children sold away, gone forever. And in that heartbreak, something inside Henry changed. He said, "If I cannot walk to freedom, then I shall be delivered there." So with the help of a few brave souls, Henry built a wooden box, 3 feet long, 2 feet wide, 2.5 feet deep. On the outside, it looked like nothing more than a parcel. On the inside, it held a man's entire faith. He crawled in, knees to chest, clutching a small canteen of water and a single biscuit. They nailed it shut, labeled it "This side up, handled with care," and sent it on a train headed north. For 27 hours, Henry Brown traveled in darkness, turned upside down, crushed by weight. His body screamed for air, but he dared not move, dared not make a sound. He later said, "I felt as if my eyes were swelling from my head. Death stood close by." But even as the world closed in around him, a single thought kept him alive. Freedom is worth the box. Finally, the journey ended. In a small office in Philadelphia, among a group of abolitionists waiting for a mysterious package. When they pried open the lid, Henry lifted his head and said softly, "How do you do, gentlemen?" And just like that, a man who was once considered property rose from a wooden crate as a free soul. He stood, trembling, breathing air that no one could take from him again. From that day forward, he called himself Henry Box Brown, a name not of shame, but of triumph. He spent the rest of his life telling his story, reminding the world that freedom, no matter how impossible, begins with a single act of faith. The box was small, the road was dark, but the courage inside it was bigger than any chain that held him. You see, in life, in your life, this is the truth of freedom. You are never truly trapped, unless you decide the box is where you belong. This is Do Motivation Stories. Thank you so much for watching, and stay blessed.